Hi, everyone. This is Julie Drackett, your Worksite Wellness Manager, here to tell you about our upcoming events. This month is themed Thrive in Your 5, which is a focus on our Give Me 5 benefit that we offer to all Your-choice health plan members. You receive 5 sessions per calendar year for personal training, health coaching, nutrition services, our newest edition, Symmetry Align Smart, and LAMP, our behavioral health services, which is for all employees regardless of health plan status and health plan members. Please check out our newsletter for more information. Save the date. Our annual Benefits and Wellness Expo will be held on September 17th. This year, we are going even bigger and better. It's going to be at the Bradenton Area Convention Center from 4 to 7 p.m. This is your one-stop shop to learn about all the amazing benefits you receive as both an employee and a member on the Your-Choice Health Plan. We will be giving out Your-Choice swag to the first 200 employees. We will have free giveaways, raffles, chair massages, food trucks with food for purchase, a designated children's area with activities. Come get to know your HR, benefits, wellness, and retirement teams, meet your health coaches, dietitians, trainers, and our vendors that partner with our insurance. We will have breakout sessions for cooking demos, Aetna Q&A, Symmetry Align Smart demos, and even something for the children. For more information, please visit www.manateeyourchoice.com homepage for more information. Due to the event size, an RSVP is not required, but it is encouraged to help us plan accordingly. Next up, we have 3 webinars scheduled for August, and they are open to all employees and health plan members. First is the Quiet the Inner Critic webinar, Tools for Inner Ease and Empowerment. In this webinar, you will learn to understand how self-criticism affects the brain, recognize the inner critic's roots in safety and perfectionism, and use a 4-step method to shift negative self-talk and practice a healing visualization for inner strength. This takes place on August 12th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. via Zoom. Next up, we have Breaking Old Habits. Learn how to break the habits you want to change. Understand how negative patterns are ingrained to protect us and how self-regulation and self-kindness get us unstuck and create the changes we want. This takes place on August 21st, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. via Zoom. And last, we have Mindful Eating, Rediscover a Healthy Relationship with Food. Mindful eating created space between our triggers and our actions. Experience ways to be present with food for weight loss, better digestion, stress management, and enjoyment and appreciation. This takes place on August 28th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. via Zoom. And remember, please refer to our Manatee Your-choice website for all things wellness and fitness related. And as always, we are here for you anytime with any questions. Thanks. See you soon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Wellness Wave. I'm your host, Dan Trongone. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Today, we have a special little podcast. We're going to be highlighting one of my favorite people who's also probably a family member. She's awesome. I love her to death. Her name is Melissa. I call her Bomar. She might go Bomar. Melissa, actually, how do you say your actual last name?
Bomar.
So good to have you here, folks. How you doing, man? Melissa, everything good?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
What's your level of enthusiasm on a 10 scale right now? 0 is junk, 10 is amazing.
I'd say probably about a 7.3.
I like it. And also in studio, we have in-house registered dietitian, Mr. Marcus Harris. How you doing, sir?
Hey. I'm doing fantastic, Dan.
Awesome. Glad to have you here as always. Folks, he's my brother from another mother. And then we have another guest, my friend Tracy Lightburne, who actually is a health coach and a personal trainer here at Manatee County. Hey, Tracy, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing, Dan?
Good. What's your level of enthusiasm, Tracy?
Oh, I'll give it about a 7.
Ooh, Bush League. We need to raise that. All right, so here we're going to talk about Melissa. Melissa, you actually have a special milestone. Why don't you tell everybody what milestone you hit recently?
Thanks, Dan. Last week, I hit 100 pounds lost.
Spectacular, by the way.
Thank you. So it's been a work in progress. That's what we say. We say progress, not perfection. It doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Tracy, real quick, how do you, as a health coach, what Melissa just said, does that ring true to maybe some of the things that you speak of, progress, not perfection?
Definitely for all of us, because we're all on our own health journey, and many of us fall off the wagon at times, and we just hop back on. And, it's those little daily habits that add up, trying to achieve those outcomes that we want.
Oh, that's the truth. All right, Melissa, real quick, I want to ask you, this is a tremendous milestone. Number one, are you proud of yourself?
Of course.
Good, because a lot of people aren't, right? People are perfectionists, and they don't realize, oh my gosh, I just lost a Backstreet Boy. I just lost 100 pounds, right? Let me ask you this. What was your wake-up call? Was it like one day you were just kind of like looking in the mirror and you just kind of got like super angry, or was it like a feeling? What made you go, you know what? I have to do something about this.
Well, I have 2 children who are very active in sports, and I actively participate with them in their sports and coaching, and I just couldn't keep up anymore.
Okay.
And the older they get, the more active they get.
Mhm.
And so I just wanted to be able to keep up with them.
That's a spectacular why, because if you know your why and it makes you cry, you can overcome anyhow. I think it's spectacular. Let me ask you this. Was it some people, and maybe Tracy or Marcus can jump in on this, some people feel a level of shame or disgust with themselves. Was it you just, because I know you for about a year and a half, we're super close, I love you to death. You're a very straight shooter. Do you feel like you went through like those things, like disgust or shame, where you're like, you know what, it's just time to do something?
I did experience those thoughts and feelings, but the important thing is not letting yourself get wrapped up and have those feelings keep you down. Because just because you were at a specific spot at one point, just taking one thing at a time will get you to your end goal. So
awesome. I love it. Marcus, how about you? With regarding nutrition, do you kind of have the same strategy with Tracy, like regarding either progress, not perfection, or do you have people that are, again, hey, I'm just disgusted with how I'm eating and I know I need to eat better? Like, what have you seen regarding what we just kind of talked about in your space?
Yeah, I've seen that people such as, people who decide to lock in on a goal. There are going to be people who are going to hit it, and then people who are just going to not do it. So I'm always interested in seeing what is the mindset of a person and what makes them continue to keep going. Like, what was it in their heads? Usually when I've seen people have the success, such as 100 pounds, it's been that they had that why that we just talked about. They knew what that was, and that was their level of motivation. So my progress, not perfection, is that's what we hone in on. That why is the definition of your progress, not perfection.
I love it. Let's go to Tracy real quick. So Tracy, number one, you're a personal trainer, but you're also a health coach. Real quick, what is a health coach exactly? Does that kind of deal with some of the stuff Melissa was talking about?
So a health coach is somebody who comes alongside a client, and they collaborate together. So it's not where you're the expert hat and you tell the person what to do, because they're the best expert on their own life. And you walk alongside them and you help keep them accountable with the goals that they want to set. You help them work through the barriers that might be in the way, whether they're real or perceived in their mind. And then you kind of walk them down the journey, but also, the true part is like just collaborating with them and really being their biggest cheerleader and making sure that they, are trying to hit their goals or discussing why they might or might not be. Yeah, it's really fun.
Awesome. Now let's go back to Melissa real quick. Melissa, did you ever participate with Tracy or any of our health coaches here? You can be honest or no. That's the whole point. Did you do any health coaching at all?
I did not specifically have a health coach.
Okay.
But I really utilized a lot of the resources that the My Choice Center does provide and offer, such as Dan's amazing friendship.
That is very true.
Guidance and support.
It's very true.
And Marcus, back when he was a physical trainer.
And that's right. Marcus does both. He was trainer and nutrition.
And I have actually utilized his services since he's been back as a nutritional dietitian. That's awesome. I have not, to answer your question, I have not personally used the health coach.
It's okay. You have that option. But you know what? Everybody's, like Tracy just said, everybody's journey is different. For me, right, I'm a foodie, so I would probably seek more nutrition stuff from Marcus, but I'm like you, I'm very intrinsically motivated, and I'm good with like just being super honest with myself. But again, that's why we have all these 5 free, right? 5 free food or nutrition stuff with Marcus, 5 free health coaching, 5 free movement with me. And it seems like I know the answer. You have moved yourself into those categories. Now let's go back to Marcus, and you were talking about how you utilize Marcus's nutrition/exercise. Marcus, when you look at this beautiful young lady here who's 100 pounds less, not only like, are you proud of how she's achieved all these things with some of your guidance?
So absolutely. I'll back up a little bit though and address maybe some of the health coaching and dietitian
Please do.
things. So maybe I'm thinking in my mind, it had bonded so well, and a lot of times you can receive a lot of the same results if you're dealing with a dietitian or a health coach, because a lot of services that we provide, they blend over. So she just kind of got lucky, and we kind of connected and bonded on the first couple of visits. But I am super amazed at just her journey. So I've walked with her when she first came to me and said, this is what I want to do. We came up with the game plan. She was super motivated. I wanted to know her why. She told me what her why was, and that why did not change.
Made her cry.
I listened to it, and it's the same thing that she just said right now. It was the family. It was, it was the things that she wanted to do, the places that she wanted to go, and the person who she wanted to be. And that was her why. And this is the reason why she's standing here now, 100 pounds down, and still, not content in hitting goals and setting goals still. So I think that was what was most amazed about her. She came to me after already down a few pounds and still was able to get success month after month, quarter after quarter. So
it's wonderful.
Just kudos.
It's awesome. So this is going to go back to Melissa, and then have Tracy chime in. So Melissa, what is your mindset now compared to when you first started? Like, have you noticed, like, because I've known you as long as I've been here, and I think you're one of the most mentally tough people. That's one of my favorite things about you. You're just so tough. Do you feel like you were always that way, or did you have to learn how to change your mindset regarding food or exercise or health coaching or sleep or any of these things?
I've always been really driven and stubborn. So once I get a thought or something in my head, I'm pretty, strict with it. The hardest thing, though, was probably shifting the mindset to accept a routine, a routine that was completely out of your norm.
Okay.
So sometimes I don't get home from the fields with my kids until 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
I am not working out at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
I'm going to bed. So to fit it in my day, I had to get up earlier.
Yeah, tell people what time you actually get here and what you start doing at that time.
I get here around 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning, and that is most days a HIIT training, some light stretching, and then I walk the river walk and the bridge, which is about 4.5 miles. It's nothing super cardio focused, but it just gets your steps in, and then all of the hustle and bustle of the day, and then going to practice at night. It seems very daunting, and everyone's like, I love my sleep. But once you are in a routine, it becomes super easy. Your mindset shifts, and it just helps you keep focused.
Now, are you really happy with the current mindset you have versus what you had before you started?
Yeah, health-wise, yes. There are still a lot of different varieties of food noise, it's called. And I love food.
Who doesn't?
I never restricted, though. I never completely cut anything out.
Sure.
It was all really, Marcus really shifted my brain as, food is not a reward or punishment. It really is fuel.
That's
like your car can't run without gas.
100%.
So just putting in that better gas, you're going to get better results.
That's exactly right. So let me shift over to Tracy. Tracy, when it comes to mindset, as you can see, Melissa is super driven, super strict. But why don't you talk about mindset? What is mindset, and how do you either facilitate a strong mindset, or how do you maybe change a weak mindset to a strong mindset?
So your mindset pretty much determines your entire life. So whatever you perceive the world to be, whatever lens you view the world through, determines basically your thoughts, feelings, and your actions. So when someone comes in for health coaching, if their mindset is, if they're open-minded, if they're being honest with themselves, if they're ready and willing, it's all about willingness to change, then they're going to be really successful. If they're not blaming others and coming up with excuses, which we all do, it's just part of the process.
If you're a human being, you've done it.
Yes, of course, and I've been there for sure. So their mindset, I can see when people are on fire from the beginning. It's like nothing's going to stop them. They're doing the work. They're open-minded. They're truly honest with themselves, because you have to have compassion for yourself when you get to a certain place with your health that you're not happy about. But then you also have to take responsibility. Like, okay, I'm the only one that's going to get me out of this now, and I'm going to do my best and just focus on moving forward and not living in the past.
That's true. Nobody's going to save you except you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's shift gears to Marcus real quick. Marcus, what I loved about what Melissa said is you helped her educate herself on looking at food as fuel, not either punishment or reward. Can you elaborate on that when somebody kind of, like me, I'm a foodie, and they're kind of like addicted to food, and they really don't kind of have a sense of understanding of what it does. Like, how do you get to that point? Like, let's look at it as fuel, and to make your body the healthiest version. Like, how do you guide somebody who's in that kind of mind state?
So Melissa came, and she had that certain mindset. She said that she laid out the things that she wanted to do, the things that the places that she wanted to go. And I think the biggest thing that you hit on was that it was a routine. So we worked together to figure out and find out how we can make food fit for her in a routine and then still enjoy the things that she were already kind of including. So we talked about, do these things first. That's your routine. That's what we do. That's our matter of fact. Then we can start including the fun foods. So as long as your routine is intact, you agree with it, you know that you're getting results, you can feel that you're getting results, you can stick to that routine. Let's do that, and then let the rest of the food sort itself out. When she has that mentality, when you have a routine first, like you're going to be driven at just the routine, I mean, you just have to sit back and just watch the magic happen. And that's exactly what Melissa was able to do. But the most impressive part, and I'm saying my hat goes off to you because, I'm kind of getting goosebumps right now because, when I'm deep in prep, this is not my podcast, but I'm with you. Like, it takes the same type of mentality. Yeah. The only difference between a bodybuilder and a person losing 100 pounds is nothing.
Yeah. Or even a person overcoming like food addiction, right?
Exactly.
Because, like, this is more of some mental stuff that Tracy will probably talk about, but like food addiction is just as crazy as like a drug addiction, an alcohol addiction, a spending addiction, whatever addiction. It's real, man, and I'm a perfect example of it. I freaking love food. There's not a carb that I didn't like, sure.
Absolutely.
But let's go, Melissa. What Marcus just said with these routines, like when you go to, let's say you're going out with family or friends, and they're at the not most optimal food places. Do you feel like Marcus or yourself or even someone like Tracy, a health coach, you have these skills now to go, hey, you know what? I'm choosing to either engage in it or not. Or do you feel like you still kind of have like, that's my favorite piece of cheesecake? Like, can you fight temptations? Can you make present choices to propel your health? Like, how do you feel now?
At first, I was a little hesitant to participate in social interactions because they all revolve around food.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter what celebration or, maybe a funeral or just a night out with your friends, it's usually around food. So I try to not base it around that. Like, you're going out with your friends to have fun with your friends.
Right.
And so I would do a little bit of research. Okay, guys, like, let's pick where we're going. I would look at the menu, maybe choose some alternatives
healthier options.
Yeah. And then I would go, and it would be normal. I would say normal. My friends aren't normal.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Dan is one of them. And if I wanted a bite of cheesecake or, one of my favorites, that goes back to what Tracy was saying, being kind to yourself and allowing, compassion. Like, you only live once. Yeah. And so
YOLO. I'm just kidding, folks.
So, if you want a piece of cheesecake, either swipe a bite off of your buddies or take half of it home. Like, who says that you have to eat the entire thing right now? Yeah. Like, maybe you'll have a craving later.
Totally get it. So Tracy, let me pick your brain real quick. And Melissa, we're going to come back to you talking about exercise because we talk about routines. In your health coaching experience, when you have somebody who's YOLO and you're talking about building healthy habits or routines, what are either some common objections and how do you overcome them?
Common objections from the client?
Yeah, from the client going, oh, that's just so hard to build a healthy habit. And then you're like, how do you slay that excuse?
Typically, if the person's really self-aware, they'll call themselves out with their excuse. But what I usually do is do motivational interviewing. So I'll ask open-ended questions about what would your life look like if you reached that goal of 50-pound weight loss, or how would your life be different? And then we talk about those main motivators, which are those whys to really stay focused on. And so typically somebody is willing and ready to do whatever it takes when they're ready. Helping people walk through the process of just really envisioning the future. In coaching, we don't look backwards. Typically, you might say, hey, when you lost weight in the past, what worked for you then? Or what are the things you want to change? I want more energy. I want to be more active with my kids. Sure. I want to be able to get down on the ground. Totally. I want to look in the mirror and be, confident. So we're always projecting forward, but also taking note of, we know that all of our daily habits add up to like who we are. Correct. So if you want to change, you have to look at each and every daily habit. And then sometimes you got to look at your schedule. So if someone's saying they don't have the time, well, how many hours a day are you scrolling on Facebook?
Correct. I say it all the time.
Sorry, no one's on Facebook anymore, but I'm not on anything, so I don't know.
Did you just age us, Facebook?
Yeah. So
I'm still on Vines back in the day.
MySpace?
Yeah, totally. Who doesn't have Tom as a friend?
Pick your song. So basically, sometimes I have them write out their whole week, and they walk hour to hour and be like, wow, you got all these chunks of hours. And then they see, wow, I do really have the time. Or I got to fit it in during the workday. I got to hit the gym. Or
Let me ask you one question. I'm going to ask Marcus, and I'm going to ask Melissa. Well, Melissa already kind of gave her, so it's more you and Marcus. What is Tracy Lightburne's why to engage in health and fitness? Your personal why. Because since you're the health coach, right, we got to practice what we preach, right? So Tracy's why.
So my why is, my faith is like the number one important thing to me. So I want to be around as long as possible, and I want to do God's will. And if I'm not healthy and fit and strong and being a good role model or a good mom or wife, then I really are not being my best and what I'm called to be. So that's usually my why.
That's wonderful. And that's your why.
Yeah.
And you made it specific to you. Awesome. I love it. Marcus, how about you, sir? What is your why? Why do you engage in physical fitness, health, all these things that we talk about?
I'm just always admired by, older people who's taking care of their car, they're taking care of their bodies, being able to be healthy enough to inspire other people when I'm up in that age as well. Right. Being able to do more good work for longer. Right. Like if we're here for a purpose. So I feel as though like when we're here, I'm going to take care of myself and do what I do as long as I possibly can. Be a blessing to someone as long and as effective as I possibly can. So taking care of my body is just a duty that I feel like we all should. One, we all deserve, and two, we all should be engaged and involved with, because man, we're inspiring people. We have families that we want to be around for, and examples that we need to set, and people that we need to motivate. So that's my why.
Yeah, cool. We'll go head back to Melissa, but I'm gonna give you my why because I am first. I'm the oldest person in this room, so respect your elders, folks.
By a lot.
Number two, that is true. I am like ancient. So, but I'm like you, right? So my why was I was the overweight, fat kid growing up in New York City, always constantly picked on, but I didn't like who I was from the outside. And what I noticed is everybody, most typical Americans, 75% of us are either out of shape, sick, dealing with something. But regarding me, a lot of people didn't realize there's still a person inside that fat suit that is trying to come out, and you can see their true version of them. And you should judge people on the character and the quality of who they are, not what they look like. Kind of sounds dangerously like Martin Luther King, right? You judge people based on the character and the quality of who they are as a person, not what they physically look like, because we all have a struggle. Tracy's human, she has a struggle. Marcus is human, you have some struggle. We know Melissa has a struggle. If you're a human being, you have an obstacle, but it doesn't mean you can walk around and think you are better than other people. Right? So my philosophy is, hey, I'm okay, you're okay. Let's walk and grab hands together and we be great together. So that was my why. I was so sick of being sick and tired that I was like, you know what, let me transform to this armored up emotionally and physically armored up person to deal with the world, because the world is not the nicest place, but there's wonderful people like everybody in this room that shares the same commonality to grow together. And that was my why. So let's shift gears a little bit back to Melissa. So we talked about routines, right? Tracy talked about routines. Marcus talked about routines. I'm the strength and fitness person. What is your strength training regimen like? You talked about HIIT stuff, but what do you kind of do?
Well, depending on the day of the week, I'll either partner like body sets.
Okay.
So, arms and abs.
Okay.
So my A&A day, I try to incorporate abs as much as possible. But legs, I really train legs, helping out with my daughter's soccer and my son's football. It's a lot of running. So, and then I've just now started exploring into different areas to concentrate on. So, bis and tris and back. And so just really learning a lot from the coaches and resources we have here, and YouTube. YouTube has been my best friend.
It's true. YouTube.
And yoga. I love the classes that, the Your-Choice offers.
Okay.
Our instructors are amazing, and there's such a variety that, you're never going to get bored with the classes that they provide.
So it sounds like you're very well-rounded. You do some flexibility stuff. You definitely do some strength training, and you definitely do some cardio.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay, that's one thing I'm going to go back to Tracy is if you just listen to what Melissa says, number one, muscle is your metabolism. You have to train with weights because as you get old, not just you, I mean, I'm already there, right? But like you lose 4 to 6 pounds of muscle mass per decade if you just age. Muscle is pretty much your metabolism. And I'm a big anti-ager, meaning, well, I'm 50, I'm 60. No, you're the best responder to that, right? From not only an emotional standpoint, right? Exercise, and Tracy will talk about this, is the best anti-anxiety, anti-depressive force. But, the better muscles and movement you have from a joint stability standpoint, we're going to talk about Marcus, right? The more muscles handles that fuel better. Tracy, I think, and please jump in on this, Tracy, when somebody is a regular exerciser of strength, cardio, flexibility, you hit the whole gambit. What is their ability to achieve a lot of these health coaching / mental practices?
Well, when somebody has a well-rounded workout routine, they're not just doing cardio or strength. They
do all of it.
And people tend to veer that way.
Correct. I'm just going to walk.
They tend to love one form. But the people that are well-rounded can have, I would say, a greater outlook. Well, they're doing the exercise prescriptions. Number one, they're following guidelines. So they're probably capable and open-minded enough to follow guidelines on their nutrition and their money management and their career growth. And
it's all life.
Yeah, they're probably just that growth mindset kind of person.
I love it. Marcus, how about you? When somebody has more muscles or they're more cardio fit or they're more flexibility, or if they do hopefully all of them, right? Do you feel they have a better utilization of the nutrition practices that you preach and their body adapts better?
100%, man. Everything goes hand in hand anyway. When we're looking better, we feel better. When we feel better, we do more things better. And everything is up, or sometimes it's all down. So we try to find that happy medium to always be pressing toward doing something effective. You don't have to worry about if you're doing it right. You're always on the train. Yeah. I
love it. Melissa, please switch hands. And Melissa was raising her hand because we have one microphone, folks. We're passing it around.
And I also found that it's not always, I can't get to the gym. It's, maybe jam out to some music while you're cleaning the house. Mm-hmm. Or if, you're watching a show with your family, like start stretching. Just you can still pay attention to the show or whatever's going on and just stretch. I will break a sweat cleaning, mopping the floor or whatever. And I also think it's really important with all of the strength training and cardio that you give yourself rest as well. My rest day is Thursday, just because it's nonstop on the weekends. So kind of right in the middle of the week to kind of let your body recover. Adequate sleep is also a really big one. I thought I was going to be missing out on a lot of sleep, getting up as early as I do. But as long as I'm down by like 10:30 and my body is ready. My body's like, it is 10:30. It's time to go to bed. And I've got my dog trained to get up at 3:30 as well. I don't even need an alarm clock anymore because that routine is set.
That's it.
So
Melissa, how about your friends and family or even coworkers? How do they, when they watch you on this journey, and what do they say to you? Are they proud of you? Or are they, hey, how did you do it? Or like, what do they say?
Yeah, I have an amazing support system all
Okay.
around. So from coworkers to friends, family, it's really been spectacular. And they've just been there for me through the highs, the celebrations, and the lows. Like, I just want to give up and eat 10 Big Macs.
I've done it.
And I've even, messaged Dan, like, I'm struggling today. Like, I'm about to put down some pizza rolls.
That's it.
And,
I love pizza rolls.
and so they're either, they're with me, they're in the moment present, or, they're cheering me on from afar. And so, yeah, I couldn't ask for a better support system, which is really, really important in anybody's journey.
Love it. Will you ever give up?
No, I don't think so. And it's really important for maybe at first to kind of watch the scale, especially if you have enough to move or enough to lose. But like right now, the scale probably isn't going to move a lot for me. It may fluctuate up and down. So I never want anybody, and this is a hard lesson I had to learn, to kind of, I don't really know the word, match your worth to the scale, because that's really important. Like, you're worth so much and you deserve the best. So no matter what the scale number says, like, as long as you know that you're making gains, and you'll see the inches go down in clothes and sizes, and then it'll be a whole nother complaint that you have to go shopping again. The struggle, it's real. And so just really taking one day at a time, and one meal at a time, one workout at a time,
That's it.
and just doing it the best you can.
That's it. So would you say if you did it, somebody else can do it?
Absolutely.
That's it, folks. Number one, right? Your pain doesn't get a voice. Number two, you don't sit in the chair and complain about not doing stuff. Number three, be thankful for what you have. And then finally, I know Tracy and Marcus and Melissa, they do not quit. They won't quit. They won't give up. So whatever obstacle you're dealing with, if it's mental health and you need a health coach, a lamp therapist, if it's nutrition therapy, you have a Marcus who does the 5 free. If it's Melissa doing some exercises, she has me regarding movement and medicines. Go to ManateeYourChoice.com and look up all the 5 free that you have access to, because you can change, you can do it. Remember, you can tell me you won't do it, but just don't tell me you can't. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. Marcus, Tracy, and Melissa, pleasure to have you here. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
I can feel it all.